This is like a stupid song. In fact, it's written a stupid song. This friend of mine was making a movie about, well, it wasn't just about that, but it was about, it did have a lot to do with kids sniffing paint. And I was watching an episode of that TV show, Cops, and they had this one kid who they had busted, and he was denying that he had been sniffing paint, but he had like gold paint in his hair, and his mouth, and his forehead, his nose, his like shirt and everything. Yeah, he was gold, man. I've heard that huffers prefer gold because of the toxic strangulation is most radical in gold paint for some reason. It's something noble about that in a certain way. But, twisted in a way, but. So I wrote this song for the guy's movie, and I never gave it to him, but wish I did, actually. This boy had golden lips. He had a golden nose. Boy had those jerky arms. He had a soccer field in his brain. Every game canceled on account of rain. Boy has the golden lips. I said the boy had a golden nose, just like that kid King Tut. Should have left the tomb kept shut, hermetically, no air, just scarab beetles in his hair. Boy's got a brain like an espresso bean. He yelled, "Mama, I'm a mummy. I'm gold like that dude Tut." She said, "No, son, you ain't. You just been sniffing that paint now. Keep your shit mouth shut." Actually, I did have another verse that said, but what? Keep your shit mouth shut. With the money you spent getting your brain bent, we could be eating out at Pizza Hut. I added to it. This is called facts. They're facts. They're not all true, but they're facts. Its own wisdom has left Holland in ruins. If you repeat the words medulla oblongata long enough, over and over, you will collapse to the ground and hear the sound of the first drum developed by Homo erectus man. If you rub a large cat across a shared carpet for 16 straight hours, it will generate enough static electricity to light a 12-foot by 13-foot neon flag of the country of Liberia for 27, perhaps 28 seconds. When Oscar Wilde lay on his deathbed, penniless and disgraced, in a cheap boarding room in France, he stared dimly to the window and muttered, "Those curtains are absolutely horrendous. One of us has simply got to go." He then sank into his pillow, shut his eyes, and died. That was true. What a genius. If Angela Lansbury sneezed while swimming underwater, it would take exactly 1 second for the sound to travel 1 mile and be heard by, say, a sea otter or pilot whale. Though they have tried to squash the facts, there is enduring evidence that when Wallace Stevens died, an unspecified number of blackbirds flew through the windows of the mortuary where he lay, removed his eyeballs with their beaks, and flew away, carrying both eyes to the Florida Keys, depositing them softly into the green waters above the coral reef. Yeah, I'll read this one. I just got to set it up a little. This guy wanted me to write a screenplay, and for this stupid movie about this like bourgeois black family moving down to Rio, and and the kid getting mixed up with the kids from the other side of the tracks, you know, because like the homeless kids there and stuff, or the street kids are like, you know, fodder for the death squad. They just steal things from the grocers and shit, and everybody wants him dead, you know? But he brought back this footage that he took down there, and what they do in the summer is like, for recreation, is like they surf on top of these bullet trains. At like 90 miles an hour, they surf. So I thought I'd just put myself in that place and wrote a poem. Called Train Surfing. I'm surfing atop a bullet train. I am train surfing along the equatorial line at 70 miles per hour, surfing through the rainforest, through the tin shack terraces of the suburbs of Brazil. The faster we move, the better. I've made the vow to be decapitated by sudden wires in the air or swept away by the trickster winds of Exu Eligiba, who surfs beside me, tattooed into my flesh not by ink but by fire. The god of the crossroads, Exu, the messenger god, the god of the railroad, who laughs, as do I, at the commuters beneath in their seats. They hear me stomping above, testing the speed in sharp turns. I know when I return to the city, all that awaits me are the tunnels where we crawl to sleep, or the public parks with their clean breeze of tyranny and soldiers on patrol, and all the faces turned away because we were forgotten before we were known. When I return to the city, the only thing that awaits me is midnight and the death squad, an expanding bullet in my brain. The positions we use when making love determine the next day's weather. Tomorrow it will rain, then heat lightning by evening. Every time the telephone rings, a green sea turtle dies and a phlegmatic guilt chants across your day. The side of your head where you part your hair dictates the direction the trees lean, left or right, in the yard out back. Soluble in the snow, I wait for you outside the red building filled with sparrowhawks and female dust. Two black canopies, one goes up, one goes down. I go still, stand wavering, head down, snow sharp, like raw rice in my face on the wind. The neck of my guitar warped, snaking like a dry riverbed in the neon ruins. Soon I watch the women drift in and out, scented like a frozen stream, obvious, oblivious, thin. I don't want sex. I just want to give you your cello lessons.